Hello everyone and welcome to Orange Cooking. Tonight I'm going to be trying to make you some naan. So first thing we're going to do is take an all-purpose flour or plain flour, and I've got 500 grams of that, and I'm going to put it in my mixer. Now I have 180 grams of cold milk. I just need to warm it up, not to make it very hot. You just want to make it a little bit warmer, and then put it maybe for 30 seconds in the microwave or even less, and then we're gonna add our other stuff. Now that I warmed up my milk, I'm just gonna put 1 sachet of yeast, or 2 tablespoons of yeast, 2 teaspoons of sugar. Sit together and let it settle so the yeast start to rise. Now to the flour, I'm just going to add 1 tablespoon of salt, and then 180 grams of Greek yogurt. So I'm going to add 2 spoons of olive oil, and then I'm going to add my rest of the milk and the rest of it onto it. Now all that's left is to take my machine, set it up, and I'm just going to put it on 1 to start with, and just let the dough do its magic. After having it at 1 for about 2 minutes, I like to scrape the edges in here. Now all the way in, and this time I'm going to put it on 2. Let it run a bit quicker. Leave it there for about 4 to 5 minutes. Now that we did it for about 5 minutes, I just want to show you what it looks like. It's still not ready to see, it's still quite weak, so we're just going to knead it for another 5 more minutes at 2 to 3 speed. Alright, now that I let it mix a bit longer, I'm just going to lift this up, and you see it's starting to get more sticky. It's starting to work. I might let it do a little bit, maybe 2 more minutes, and then we're going to start taking it out. Alright, now I think we're done. I'll show you what I mean. See, it's stuck onto the machine. I think it's ready to get settled now. Now what I like to do is take some flour on my hands, and just want to make sure it's not stuck anymore. I'm just going to take some olive oil onto the edges and just loosen it up a bit, and just leave it here in a warm place. Just cover it and leave it for between an hour to overnight. I like to leave it overnight. Some people just like to use it for an hour and let it just rise up. Now that I let my dough rise, it doubled in size. I'm just going to take it out. Now I'm going to break it up to about 6 pieces. I'm going to take my hand and flour. I'm going to put flour in my hand on here, and we're going to just knead one of the doughs at a time. I'm going to stretch it a bit into each other a bit, and just let it. I'm just going to roll it and just leave it like this to rest. Now all that's left is to cover this and let it rest for another hour. Now that our dough for the naan is ready, we're just gonna flatten it. We're just gonna roll it. Idea is to just do it not very thick. You want to make it as thin as possible. I'm just gonna put a little bit of coriander on mine, but you can put anything you want. A little bit more. Then we're gonna roll this on here as well. Make sure it's all on there. Make sure it doesn't get stuck to the thing. Now while the naan is frying up, I'm just going to take about 50 grams of butter, take some garlic, about a teaspoon of garlic, and I'm just going to melt this in my microwave. Now it's time to just take our butter and garlic and just brush the naan that we made all over. Alright, now my dinner's ready. I got some butter chicken I made earlier, some naan bread. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.